Hi again, Hamish from the Guitar Factory School. I'd like to kick off a little series of lessons about triads, and the first one we're going to check out is the root position major triad. These things are great. They're a really fundamental building block for chords and also for single note improvisations. So there's a whole bunch of uses with these, and it might not seem apparent when you first check them out, but bear with me. These are really good things. Okay, let's check them out. Okay, as the name suggests, a triad is a three-note grouping, and if you recall the lessons on the major scale and the major scale intervals, we say if we do this in the key of A, so we're on fret 5 here, just simply playing up an A major scale, we think of the first interval, the third interval, so it's 1, 2, 3, and the fifth interval, so 1, 3, 5. Really cheesy way to remember a major triad is Kumbaya. So that's 1, 3, 5. That's on the E string. Now what we're going to do is we're going to configure this so we can actually play everything together. So as you can see, we can't play the 3 and the 5, so the note on fret 4 on the A string and the note on fret 7 on the A string together, obviously because they're on the same string. So we're going to reconfigure this. We're going to transfer that note E on fret 7 onto the D string on fret 2. It's the same note, so it's still 1, 3, 5, but as you can see now, we've literally got a chord. We've got an A major chord that we can play together. Now if we take the whole shape up a string, we've got a D major triad on the A string. It's the same pattern. I've got pinky on fret 5 on the A string, third finger on fret 4 on the D string, first finger on fret 2, G string. So we've got A major triad on the E string, D major triad on the A string. Now if you move up to the next string, third finger on fret 5 on the D string, second finger on fret 4 on the G string, first finger on fret 3 on the B string. I've still got that intrinsic kumbaya sort of sound going on there. So to recap, we've got A, D, same shape. This is a different shape. That's G major triad. Now if you go up to the next string, we're going to have third finger on fret 5 on the G string, pinky on fret 5 on the B string, first finger on fret number 3 on the top E string. So that's a C chord there. So we've got a root note on the E string, root note on the A string, root note on the D string, root note on the G string. So we've got A, D, G, C. They are of course movable shapes. So if I looked at say the A there, move it up a tone, which is 2 frets, that would be a B. Move it up a semitone, it's a C. Move it up a tone again, it's D. A good way to drill them is just to run through them like that, maybe move them up, and name them as well. So say A, D, G, C, D, A, E, B. Move up to fret number 8, C, F, B flat, E flat, move it up a tone again, that would be F, C, G, D. So you can make up your own little patterns, but the primary thing here is just to get a handle on these shapes. You've only really got 3 if you think about it. A good idea with these triads is to practice 1, 4, 5 chord progressions. Now if that doesn't sound like anything you're aware of, you might like to check out the thing on diatonic harmony that I did talking about the 1 chord and the 4 chord and the 5 chord. The thing about the 1 chord and the 4 chord and the 5 chord is that they're all major chords. So if we do say something in the key of A, that's the 1 chord, that's the 4 chord going to D, the 5 chord is going up to E. It's Wild Thing and 12 bar blues and all that kind of stuff. So that's one. So I'm not putting it out there that's a really great thing to do and you're going to amaze all your mates playing this sort of stuff, but it's just a way of getting these under your fingers, which is really what this is about here, okay, so you can see where they are, where they're located. Okay, so that's one thing. You can play it like this, that's the same shape, that's A, D. You could go up to A like that. So I'll go through that again. So that's the 1 chord in A, which is A. That's the 4 chord, which is D. That's the 5 chord, which is E. Now instead of going back down to the A that way, we could go to the A on the D string just to break it up a bit. So we got. You can hear that the contour is a little bit different there. We've gone from A down to D, as opposed to from going A up to D. So it gives it a different kind of slant there. You could also go A, D, a little bit higher up. So see, we've started on A on the D string, so that's fret number 7, 6, 5 on the D, G and B strings respectively, that's A there. Now we go up to the D, which would be on the G string, fret 7, on the G string, fret 7 on the B string, fret 5 on the top B string, that's D. Move it up a tone, the same shape, that's E there again. So a different kind of pattern again.